This video is sponsored by Ecosia, the search engine that plants trees. Well, they're not actually sponsoring me, but I'll talk about that at the end of the video. Shalom. This is a sequel video about 10 Yiddish words in the English language. I'm going to give you some definitions, some examples, hopefully make it fun so that you can recognize and understand these words when they are used in the English language, and maybe you could incorporate them into your speech as well. So let's get started. The first word in my list of 10 is one that I actually use quite a lot in my daily speech just because I live with two roommates who are not Jewish. So the word is goy, and it just means someone who is not Jewish. Another word for that, and I think it's Latin, or it comes from Latin, is Gentile, but goy is a Hebrew word that is now in Yiddish as well, and it's from Yiddish that it came into the English language. My example is, oh my God, I am so sick and tired of watching The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel with my roommates. These goys don't know anything about Jewish culture. I have to pause it every other minute to explain things to them. The second word I'm going to talk about is Klutz, and I did not know that this word comes from Yiddish. You probably know this one. A klutz is a clumsy person. My example is, last year I cut my finger open while cutting an avocado. I'm such a klutz. And that's true. I don't know if you can see, but my finger has a little scar on it still. It was pretty bad. The third word is futz, and you probably have heard this word too, though it's a little bit less common than klutz in my opinion. Futz just means to fool around. So, for example, since the quarantine started, I've been futzing around the house all day, not really getting anything done. The fourth word is another one that I had no idea came from Yiddish. It's the word glitch. And a glitch, as you probably know, is a minor malfunction, or a problem causing a small setback. Usually this is used in technology. For example, I've been playing so much Animal Crossing during this quarantine that my Nintendo Switch keeps glitching. The fifth word I'm going to talk about is kvetching. Kvetching, and that means to complain about something. For example, I can't stop kvetching to my mom over the phone about how bored I am. She doesn't have any real solutions. The sixth word is one that I talked about in my last video, but it's an extension upon that word. The word was oy, or just oy, and in this video I'm going to expand that to oy Gevalt. Oy Gevalt is just another way to say oy, oh my God. For example, oy Gevalt, I need to go outside. I'm going crazy in my house. The next one is another one that I had no idea came from Yiddish, but I use it all the time. The word is schmooze. To schmooze is to converse in a friendly manner with people. Sometimes it means at a work event, to network with other people, to get ahead, or to make connections. For example, one thing I really miss about going into work every day since the quarantine is the ability to schmooze with my coworkers. I really miss them. In number 8, we used a lot growing up. I don't know what that says about my family or about my parents, but the word is Tuchus, Tuchus, and you pronounce that with the sound, which is in Hebrew, and the word tushy, I believe, comes from the word tuchus. So tuchus means buttocks, and tushy means butt. So tuchus is another way to say your behind, your derriere. My example is, sometimes I just dance around the house for a while just to get my tuchus moving. The next word on my list is schnoz, and schnoz just means nose. It can have a negative connotation sometimes because it's a stereotype that Jewish people have big noses. For example, I feel like my schnoz isn't that big. What do you think? And the last word on my list before I bid you shalom is the word Nosh. And it's not a word I usually use, but it's a word I hear a lot, and it just means to snack or to eat. For example, when the quarantine started, I went to Costco and bought a lot of matzah. And since then, I've been noshing on it every single day. So like I said in the beginning of the video, this video is sponsored by Ecosia. It's not actually sponsored by Ecosia. They're not paying me. They didn't even ask me to do this. I just really like Ecosia and I want more people to use it. And I want to use my YouTube channel as a platform to do more good things. So Ecosia is a search engine that instead of making money from your ad revenue is giving that money to plant trees in parts of the world that need it the most, which is really, really important for climate change because planting trees captures carbon. So please switch your search engine to Ecosia. I've planted a lot of trees just in the past year using Ecosia on all of my devices, and I hope that you start to use it. Shalom.